Glamorgan's tail wagged on the third day of the LV County Championship match with Lancashire in Cowlyn Bay, but the home side still have an awful lot to do to avoid a very large defeat. The Welshmen resumed their first innings on 165 for 6, which had them 533 runs behind. It wasn't so much about avoiding the follow-on, but just batting for as long as possible. Something Mark Wallace was unable to do, as he was bowled off the inside edge by the evergreen Glenn Chappell in the penultimate morning's 6th over. You would have got some good odds on Graham Wagg becoming the batsman he's turned out to be this summer. Ever since he smashed a double 100 against Surrey, he's been hitting sixes for fun, and he added 3 more in the space of 4 deliveries in a single over from Aaron Lilly. This has been the summer when the 32-year-old has really come of age as a batsman in particular. Some of these shots were absolutely huge. Trying to clear the rope for a 5th time in total, he mishit one and was out for 45. Carl Brown with a catch in the deep, which left Glamorgan on 228 for 8, 470 runs behind. The morning session was played as if the home team were warming up for the forthcoming 50-over competition, with plenty of shots being played. Andrew Salter and Dean Koska added 45 more to the total. Warmich read 273 for 9 when Salter was bowled by Kyle Jarvis, who'd had to wait for some time to take his tally of championship wickets from 58 to 59 this year. The morning session brought a good crowd, plenty of entertainment, with 146 runs being scored. It was delayed by half an hour as Michael Hogan began what was to become the best innings of his career, with a couple of sixes before lunch, the break finally coming with the Welshman on 311 for 9. Hogan cleared the rope for a 3rd time in the afternoon as he reached just his 2nd first-class 50, one made off only 38 balls. He beat his previous best of 51, and then, after adding 75 runs for the last wicket with Koska, he was out for 57 as he edged Lilly to Paul Horton. Glamorgan were dismissed for 348, Koska left on 40. It had been a great effort, but the home team were back in, following on a massive 350 runs behind. The task ahead of them now was to bat for 4.5 sessions to try to save this game, a very big ask even on this pitch. Jacques Rudolph and Will Bragg saw off 9 overs in knocking off 32 of the runs, but then both were out to Jarvis. Rudolph edged a drive to Stephen Croft to go for 13, while Bragg on 10 was brilliantly caught behind by Alex Davis off an inside edge, a wicket which put the bowler back to the top of the wicket-taking charts with 61. Another stunning catch, a one-handed one this time in the deep by Alvaro Peterson, then gave Simon Kerrigan a wicket to get rid of Colin Ingram for 7. Glamorgan now staring at a possible 3-day defeat on 57 for 3 shortly after tea. But to their credit, they've shown fight in this game. This may be the match that ends their chances of promotion this summer. A 2nd defeat in 2, if that happens on the last day, coming at just the wrong time for them. David Lloyd played some smart cricket now in partnership with Chris Cook, who took on a different approach. Lloyd had made 34 of a 4th wicket partnership of 52 when he was LBW to Lilly, and when Wallace was out for the 2nd time in the day, bowled by a beauty from Kerrigan for 2, Glamorgan were left on 120 for 5. There was only 20 minutes left in the day, so a night watchman was called for, Salter producing the kind of shot not normally associated with a man in that role. Cook, meanwhile, continued to battle on right to the end of the day. By the close, he'd made 43 from 122 balls in an innings which had used up more than 2 hours. It was a valiant effort, although his innings will almost certainly be in vain. That's because his side will enter the final day on 146 for 5 in their 2nd innings, and that means that they still need a further 204 runs to avoid an innings defeat. It should not be too long before Lancashire have taken another huge stride back towards Division 1.